All right, well, hello everyone, and welcome to my belated online version of my homily for the 22nd Sunday of Ordinary Time. Sorry for the delay. I had a busy Saturday and my car did not start on Sunday morning. I am very grateful that I was able to bike to work. That was an option that saved my bacon. So only now do I have time to get this on video. So we had a somewhat tricky gospel to preach on this weekend, to be perfectly honest, because it was such a straightforward lesson that Christ provided. Don't seek out the glorious places of honor here or there. Be content with the lowest place. And if you enjoy some honor as the night progresses, well, that's all the better. Now, that is a great bit of advice, because if the right people get those places of honor, it ceases to be an actual display of honor and appreciation. Rather, it becomes little more than an empty gesture, or one of those things in life where we say, well, that's just the way it is. That's the end result of a place of honor that goes to someone simply because they expect it, they feel entitled to it, or are willing to demand it louder than anyone else. I want to sit in the front seat, said every sibling ever. If the front seat goes to whichever child is loudest and most annoying, it's not really a place of honor anymore, is it? But instead, picture a dad picking his 3 kids up, from the babysitter. And he has the middle child sit in the front seat because he hasn't talked to her that much that week, and he wanted to chat with that kid on the drive home. Do you see how that front seat becomes a different thing in that case? Places of honor must be given, not taken or demanded. Consider it a paradox. The more you care about recognition, the less you will authentically deserve it. This is a lesson I actually learned pretty early in my life, because back at Arrowhead High School, we had a pretty terrifying teacher for choir and show choir. I'm pretty sure being in choir and show choir in high school was the closest I ever came to military service. But it was very good that she did that, because when she gave orders, the students listened. So my senior year, our big production was an American theater review. And that was good news for most of us, because that meant that we were doing 2 or 3 songs from 6 different musicals. That means that there was a pretty juicy part for practically everybody. But as you might expect, most of us wanted the biggest ones of all. And it is so easy for anyone to start to believe that they deserve the most time possible in the spotlight. I was no exception. There was a part I very much wanted, and I tried to audition for it to my very best. So as auditions were over, I think it was a Friday, the choir director brought us all together and said, all right, everyone, thank you. Auditions are over. I'm going to compile the data and all that. I'm going to assign the parts this weekend. I'm going to post the results on Monday. And I'm going to tell you something right here, right now, for those of you that didn't get the part you wanted. Get over yourself. The results will be posted on Monday. I give you my permission to be upset and dramatic and all of that for Tuesday and Wednesday, but when we get together again a week from today for rehearsal, I expect all of you to be over your drama and ready to work with the parts you have been assigned. Do I make myself clear? I'm really glad that I paid attention that afternoon, because I didn't get the part that I wanted. And the guy that got it was also named Justin, so it was a little awkward and weird. But in spite of that disappointment, I literally had my part to play. And frankly, We had a great time, like all of us. Once we got over our collective egos, and theater kids, pretty big egos, it happens. But once we got over that little initial hurdle, we formed very powerful friendships that year because we were all at peace with whatever place of honor we happened to have. And we moved past it. It was a really great learning experience, gotta say. So I say it again, Jesus' message is quite straightforward in this gospel. If you demand places of honor, they will either slip through your fingers or those places of honor will become empty, meaningless gestures. Either way, you will not be satisfied for long, and you'll probably end up looking for new places of honor in order to satisfy that inner desire for recognition and status. I want to be first in line. I want to sit in the front seat. I want the main part of the play. I want to choose the pizza toppings for dinner. That cycle can be quite endless, straight from childhood to adolescence to adulthood, from the home to school to the workplace. Once you're in that pattern, you may find it very hard to break out of it. You are better off not starting down that road in the first place. Just about everybody who knows the Bible really well, they'll generally tell you the same thing. People do not change that much over the ages. Our technology does, but our nature and basic behavior does not. Psychologically speaking, we are not that different from the people Jesus was talking to 2,000 years ago. The desire for places of honor is a very human thing. Jesus saw some of the Pharisees at risk of falling into that bad habit. And today, you need only look as far as any celebrity with a social media presence, which is all of them. What have we learned? With respect to social media and all that, what have we learned in the last decade or two? I feel like we have learned definitively that status and fame will not make you happy. Not even when it comes with $1 million. It will not make you happy, not for the long run. What really makes you happy and truly joyful is being loved by others and loving them in turn. That does not wear off the way fame and attention does. Now, obviously, a two-way love is best. Love given, love received. And you will find that in a lifelong friendship. A true marriage. Neighbors who actually care about one another. A teacher who truly relates to her students as a role model, who in turn grow to care for her and look up to her. The list goes on. Those relationships in life are actually rewarding and long-lasting because they are not based on status or fame or the craving of the places of honor. They're more than shallow validation, which is why they don't wear out like popularity. Authentic joy, it doesn't require $1 million. It doesn't require 1 million followers on YouTube. It doesn't require any sort of worldly achievement. But what Christ teaches us in the gospel today is that it does require humility and a willingness to put your concern for others before your concern for yourself. Thank you, everyone. May God bless you all.